Good evening and welcome to the Job Search Solution, the radio program where we talk about looking for a job, changing jobs, changing careers, hiring. And as always, we begin with a prayer. Dear God, grant us thy peace and thy mercy, thy will be done. And in just a few minutes, Rich Vinci is going to be with us talking about consultants in the workplace. He's got a very interesting topic this evening and one that's really a good one. So you want to stay tuned. We've been beginning each evening with a 10-second gratitude attitude. So think of 3 things that have made you grateful today. Go. You just can't be unhappy when you're grateful. So we're going to talk about how to paint a target on your back. Yeah, Susan was a really good candidate. She was excellent. She had all the skills, and she's really been a top performer at every place she's ever been. And we were grateful to be able to place her at a top organization. She'd been out of work for about 6 months and was having a tough time, but she really needed a job. And we found a really good company that was going to take advantage of all of her skills. But Susan really was going to try to take advantage of every ounce of ability she had with the firm that we had spoken to her about. And when she got into the negotiation stage over an offer, she pushed him pretty hard. She ended up negotiating a $25,000 base more than what they really wanted to pay. And we told her that this was not going to be a good idea, that what they were offering was fair. The $200,000 was fair enough offer. $225,000 was pushing the limit a little bit, but she had been out of work for a while and really needed the money. So she insisted on doing that, and they needed her really badly. And so begrudgingly, they did. So they hired her. Now, she had a pretty big ego, and she was pretty good at what she did, and she knew it. So she came in and let people know that she was really good at what she did. And she alienated a couple of people in the first couple of weeks of where she was at. But she was doing a heck of a good job, and the firm really loved it. And long about into the second month, she got sick. And she was out of the office for a week. And then she came back, and 2 weeks later, one of her children got sick, and she was out of the office for another week. And then she came back, and she was doing a heck of a good job, but she was really irritating and alienating people along the way. She was letting them know that she did a really good job and that they ought to be really happy with the progress that she had made. And she let them know how good a job she had done. And it was beginning to irritate just about everybody. Now, she was on into the thing about 2 months, and she made a mistake, which all human beings do. But she had created an atmosphere where she had put herself in the fishbowl, and everybody was watching what she was doing. Now, it didn't help that somehow it had gotten out. She had gotten a $25,000 bonus, so to speak, more than what the job normally paid. And everybody in her department that was her peer, there weren't very many of them, everybody in the department that was her peer knew that she had gotten that money, and they resented it. And the more of all of this stuff that went on, the bigger the target on her back was. So everybody started looking at what she was doing. And there were criticisms here and there, sniping here and there, alienation here and there. And by the time the fourth month, almost fifth month came along, she had just about alienated everybody in the group and the company. And by the sixth month, she got fired. She operated on the basis of, and she told me when she took the job, if you don't get the money up front, you're never going to get it. So I'm going to get it now. I had warned her about not doing that. It's better to go in a little under your value than it is to try to get over your value, because you put a target on your back. And when you do that, everybody knows it, and everybody starts taking shots at you. And everybody did. And pretty soon, she was gone. All because she had created such a target on her own back that she lost. If she'd have gone in a little under the money, been a little more humble about what she was doing, being a little more graceful about everything. Now, you can't not miss time. That happens to everybody. But when you compile that with everything else that was going on, people resented it. And they resented her. When they fired her, they told her that they knew that she had done a very good job. And they didn't complain at all about her work. They just decided that it wasn't going to work out. They never told her really why. They told me why, but they never told her why. She was devastated. So the moral to the story is, don't paint a target on your back. Go into a new job understated. Don't leverage more money than the job is worth, no matter how good you are. Be really careful. All right, we're going to take a short break. Stay tuned. This is Tony Bashir with the Job Search Solution.